Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Many students in grades 5 and 6 are learning about global events and international relations. They're wondering how tensions between Canada and the United States might affect people here in Manitoba, especially when it comes to things like trade and travel, wanting to develop a stronger country, and having affordable goods and services. Can the Premier tell us what steps the government is taking to protect Manitoba's interests during these times of international uncertainty?
The Honourable First Minister.
I want to thank these students for sharing the important question today. I think one of the things that we've seen as a result of Donald Trump's threats of tariffs is almost all Canadians rallying together around the flag and saying, we'll never be the 51st state. Let's find ways to build up our Canadian economy. And I'm really happy to ask this question today because we've actually got a great bill, a bill supported by the Manitoba Chamber of Commerce's Bill 47, which the Chamber said, this is encouraging sign of momentum and clear wins for the Chamber network and for the businesses we represent. You'll note that I said almost all Canadians are doing that. The sad exception, of course, are the PCs, who are apparently anti-business now, as well as anti-king, as we found out earlier in question period today. And then it's no surprise, because their leader of the opposition thanks Donald Trump every time he gets. Twice on a podcast, 6 times in this very esteemed, hallowed chamber.
The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a supplementary question.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Students living in Tyndall Park recently asked what more can we do to support local farmers, artists, and small businesses. They want to see more made in Manitoba products in their homes and schools, particularly vegetables, cheese, milk, treats, and Pokemon cards. What is this government doing to make it easier for families to buy local and support our communities?
The Honourable Minister of Mining, the Honourable Minister, Business, Mining, Trade and Job Creation.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the students for the question through the member opposite, and to say clearly we want more Canadians and more Manitobans to buy and support local. That's why we launched our Buy Local campaign and supporting our local initiatives. That's why we are reopening our trade office in Washington, which members opposite closed, so that we can support better trade relationships. That's why we brought forward Bill 47, to make sure that we reduce those interprovincial trade barriers so businesses in Manitoba have more opportunities to sell their products to Manitobans and to Canadians right across the country. We want all Manitobans, all Canadians to be united on this effort, including members opposite who appear to be opposed to this. Let's get them on board. Let's support buying and supporting Manitoba, buying and supporting local, buying and supporting our country. They seem to have forgot that lesson. Hopefully the students and them and members opposite can relearn that lesson and finally support Canada.
The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a final supplementary question.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The students I met with today are the future of Manitoba, and they are worried about our environment. In addition to learning about wildfires, flooding, and extreme weather, they have been doing their part through gardening, recycling, and trying not to use plastic. With the rise in forest fires and other climate-related events, what is the government's plan to protect Manitoba's environment and promote a healthy climate for generations to come?
The Honourable Minister of Environment and Climate Change.
Well, thank you very much to those students for asking the question on environment. And I'm very proud to be a part of a government that believes in climate change, first of all. And we're taking a lot of initiatives that I think the students can take stock in. We're protecting nature, first and foremost. That starts with Seal River. It's going to expand out to a whole variety of other areas. We're building up wind power. We're also, we put in the first electric vehicle rebate that has seen an increase of 125% in electric vehicles, which is going to reduce the amount of emissions. We're also ensuring that our lakes and rivers are going to be better off than in years past with an increase in investment. $1.5 million in our water stewardship grants.
Time has expired.